every week, like some of the ladies have said, and now to see it come together like this is amazing. And I'm hoping that this will just be the beginning of greater things to come. I love all of you. I'm glad to be acquainted with you, and we're going to have an awesome time this weekend.
Can you believe we live in the same city and never seen each other?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Till today?
Till today. Yeah, I mean like down the road.
Yeah, same city.
All
Never
right,
see each
so
other till today.
it's if you want to, you can stay here wherever you want to go.
You didn't say anything.
I'm 79, so she spoke about them. So, of course, many of you might know that I really have to say to Sister thank you, because I was the keynote speaker for the graduating class of 2019. It was 2019, right? Right. And while I was sitting there, I heard when the sisters in her message, and she was talking about how the ladies there did so much fundraising, and it was just like, as I was about to get up to go do my speech, I'm like, really? What are we as alums doing? Because the schools in Jamaica that have a thriving alumni, it is because that the schools that do well is because they have a thriving alumni, most of them, because they feel like they have someone that they're accountable to. They feel like overseas, because HolyChildhood does have a local alumni, and they do very well. But when the overseas alumni just does something different to them, and so I was going up to do my speech, and I'm like trembling, because I'm like, everything is shifting now, and I'm like getting into gears as to what it is that I need to do for the school. And of course, so for Sister seeing something in me to ask me to be the keynote speaker, not knowing who I was, really just that I was doing missions in Jamaica, I want to thank her publicly for seeing something in me that this can really come together. And then Mrs. Kennedy went up and gave her speech, and when she came back down, I said, I want you to come to Florida. And she's like, yes, I'll be there. So, and that was just the beginning of it, and look at us today. So we give God the glory and we give God the praise. So I'm going to talk a little bit to Sister, but I want to do a year check first, okay? So Lorna, I see you walk in. Don't hide. So I want to do a year check quickly before we do the interviews, because we kind of want to know who is here. 1962, I know we have a 1962. 63, 64, 69, 70. Say, hello? Oh. 72? All right, I'm 72 in the house.
Because I done 6-4.
All right, so 78. 70, where were we? 75, 76, 79.
Why are you skipping?
You never said 78.
You went to 75 and then 79.
Yeah, you know,
Which year Rosie and Joan is?
79.
Oh, and them I never want to call, no. 78. All right, so 79. Really? 79. Oh, there you go. I got figure bar. 82.
Yay!
What's so much on there here? Where come from, so? 83. Of course.
You just know.
It's just a loud but.
That's it. Oh, Lord.
Enough nice and enough for all the
84. Oh, there you go. 85.
What?
88.
86.
You can't call. I really hear them. 86. Oh, we have 86. 87. Oh, Princess School. Okay. We say 87. 88. See, me didn't know. That's why I never call it. You not listen to. 90. Oh, there you go. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. 94. And 2000.
Keep going.
Let me know. 2001. 2002. 2003. Listen, I met Tiffany on the plane. And well, you heard me talking about Holy Child, right? Or how was it? And she said, you see Holy Child? I'm going to say, yeah, okay, I'm there. There we go. So, yeah, that's the baby. Do we have anybody else after 2004? Look at sister ready to go home.
That's true.
All right, so now, Mrs. Kennedy is the chairman of the board of directors. Come on, let's hear it for her. She does a phenomenal job as the director of the board and the chairman of the board. And then, of course, we have our principal, none other than Sister Maxine McIntosh. So come on, let's hear it for Sister Maxine. So, Mrs. Kennedy, as the chairman of the board, can you just quickly tell us your thoughts now of Holy Childhood? You remember when you were there because you're an alum, and to what it is now and your role as a chairman.
But first of all, I just want to say that I'm absolutely overwhelmed by what I'm experiencing here this evening. Started when we got to the airport. By the way, we're not playing school, but so we ended up back inside, and we met two young ladies, and we've learned that they are Holy Childhood graduates. I don't know if they are in here now. And we said to them, we're leaving when Michelle came, and they said no, they had to wait for the others. Where are the others coming from? Canada. I said, but it's not easy. They're school abroad.
Yes.
I mean, I'm overwhelmed by the enormity of what you're trying to do. I attended Holy Child in 1965. I'm not ashamed of that.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I wasn't born yet.
And God have mercy, you have to say so.
That's why you speak.
When I came to Holy Child, there were two streams, 1A and 1B, 2A and 2B and so on, right? Sister Stephanie of most blessed memory was the principal, and she taught us very many positive things. And when I became principal of a high school myself, I used a lot of what she taught me to run my school, because she taught us, as Holy Child has always done, that you need to care for others, you need to respect yourself, you need to have values and attitudes. And I still see it in Holy Child. One of the things that impresses me very much is this ethos of caring, and it's something that sisters instilled in the girls. So in our entire staff. So when we have, for example, a week where they concentrate on the health and welfare of others, the girls, the staff go out and they help others. This year they went to the hospitals, right, sister? One of them.
Yes.
Right. And
Pediatrics.
that's something that I admire, that they're not there just for education. There is a focus on the well-rounded individual. So we do sports. We don't do very well in some of the sports as yet. I mean, we're not going to win boys' champs.
No.
But we do have very many activities that the girls are involved in. And so each girl has the opportunity to develop his or her potential. Sorry, I was principal of a co-ed school, that's why I'm saying his or her. But they also are taught that they are holy girls, as all of us are taught. Two of my girls went to Holy Child. And it's still instilled that you are children of the living God. Amen. Children of the living God. And so you must respect yourself and respect others. I am very proud to be given the opportunity to be chairman of the board, because I can give back to the school what the school gave to me.
Yes. All right, come on. That's amazing. And Foolish Virgins, who remember that?
No.
Who would not, right?
Wise virgins.
We are now, right? All right, so Sister Maxine, Fatima never win sports day. Let me hear from Fatima.
Carmel.
All right, so in our time, we only had what, 4 houses or 5 houses? 4. And now they have Clairvoy.
Clairvaux.
See whatever know the name, Clairvoy. And Carmel. So anybody from Clairvoy, that would be Tiffany. You're in La Salette, but you know those 2 little houses. Our sister is from Clairvoy.
Yes. The Purple House.
So let's segue now into talking to Sister Maxine, our beloved principal for Holy Childhood High School. Sister, as a principal, and I've read your presentation, and I understand personally the goals that you have for the school. But what are the needs of the school right now? Because these ladies are here not just because they want to have a good time. It's because we're of a common mindset to give back to Holy Childhood. So I won't call the name, but I see a school just recently built a gate, like a penitentiary, because they... I won't call the name, but I'm just saying the alums did that. Them say in Jamaica, dog got money buy cheese. So if we don't have excess money like that to go build a big gate like that, because I don't think we need it. You see what I'm saying? But we have needs there at the school that I saw even when I was there. Because whenever I go back to Jamaica and I'm going to implore you to do this, I always go and have a devotion with the girls. Because they look forward to us coming and talking to them and encouraging them. So whenever you go on your visit, just take even an hour to go back to the school and talk to them. Because sister is very open. I will speak for her, I know. Because Lorna just went there, and Lorna went to the what do you call it, the place, but to see you, to know that you care is important for them. So sister, what are the needs, and that things that would make you a better principal, that if you had those things, you'd be better able to do your work.
She has her mic. You have a mic on you, sister.
Well, good evening, ladies of Holy Childhood High School. It's a privilege to be with you all this evening. I am very impressed with the turnout and with the enthusiasm that you have been sharing, the passion for your school. I'm very happy for that, because that is what I have been longing to see and to feel. Michelle asked about the needs of the school. There are many. But that is not to deny that the school has grown over the years tremendously. We have made great progress, but there are still areas that need attention. Well, if I should speak first to the physical, for example, our bathrooms, they need upgrading. The school is 80... Many of the structures there are old. So the area that needs upgrading, the books there are old and some of them are obsolete. And the whole interior of the library needs attention. Our computer labs need upgrading in terms of infrastructure. And we also need more equipment to service the needs of the over 1,700 students now on roll. The grounds, some areas need landscaping because we experience a lot of soil erosion in some of the areas. Classrooms, in terms of furniture, some of the furniture are old, and every year we have to keep repairing. We do a lot of repairs, and sometimes you are able to purchase furniture. Stephanie Hall could do with some more attention, yes, in terms of upgrading. The lightings for the stage are the ones that were there from the beginning. The flooring needs upgrading. So when you walk the campus, you see a lot of areas that need upgrading. But we're still, well, our science labs also need upgrading. They are there as they were from the beginning too, you know. But the campus is huge, so there's a lot of attention that is needed. As it relates to that's a physical. As it relates to the social and the spiritual, the girls need motivation to build school spirit. So whenever past students visit, they get all excited, you know. They love getting visitors, and especially if it's past students who come and share their experience and give them words of encouragement and motivation. They look forward to that. So I was very happy when I was able to invite Michelle to be our guest speaker. Yes. Spiritually, I know several of you are pastors or evangelists or whatever. Variety, the spice of life. And we do have students from various religious backgrounds, several denominations, and we also have Muslims and Jews and Hindus. It's quite a mixture. So the religious experience is varied and it's rich. In terms of our extracurricular activities, we're not able to offer all the sporting activities that we would like because we cannot afford to pay the coaches. So we used to have, yes, swimming is, I'll tell you what is available. Swimming, tennis, track and field, netball, basketball, badminton. But we don't compete in all of those because we do not have coaches. The girls do those as part of their regular physical education classes, but we're not able to compete, for example, with badminton because we do not have a full-time coach for that. We used to compete in softball and we did very, very well. We had to stop that because we have no coach. The girls have asked for volleyball. We can't compete. We're not even doing volleyball because we have no coach.
So let me just interject right there. Is it because we can't afford to pay the coach, or is it the coach paid by ministry, or what is the reason?
No, all extracurricular activities have to be paid for by the school. Yes. All the ministry pays for is a physical education teacher to teach classes. And that department itself is very small. All we have are 2 full-time teachers and 1 part-time teacher for over 1,700 girls. The ministry is not paying for more than that. So the other coaches that we engage for the other sports, we have to pay them.
So the basketball coach because we're doing very well at basketball. We're
Oh yes, number one in the island. Yes.
Okay, so let's hear from HolyChildhood.
And as
So we have to hold on to him because other schools are trying to get him, right?
oh yes, I was just about to say that we had to raise his fee 3 times within the space of a year, because the other schools were coming for him. Yes, and he said to me that he loves HolyChildhood. That's where he got his break, and he really doesn't want to leave. But you know, he's a young man with a family, and he has his expenses and so on. So we're still not paying him what he deserves to be paid, but he's accepting what we're giving him now, and I'm hoping the day will come when we'll be able to do better. Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What are some of the, does the school have fundraising events? The school itself?
The school itself. Well, our major fundraising for the year is the barbecue, which is the PTA project. PTA take that on. The students themselves have fundraising events throughout the year, but it's mainly to take care of their extracurricular activities and so on, because even that too would be a strain. So the clubs, the Red Cross, the 4-H Club, and so on, they do their fundraising. The sixth formers do their fundraising. Who were to do that solely, then it would be very difficult.
Parents do make a contribution, but we can't depend on that anymore, because the overriding philosophy now is that the parent contribution is not mandatory, and many parents seize that opportunity